Orlando Pirates have been knocked out of CAF Champions League in a preliminary game. There's nothing to be proud of as a South African or a football lover born in this nation. All we want to see is four sides competing in the group stages, knockout stages of CAF Champions League and CAF Confederations Cup. Orlando Pirates did not have any business, absolutely not have any business, losing that first leg 3-0. I believe this is how they lost this fixture. In that first leg, the value of an away goal is so important in Africa. It's so important. Even if you do lose, at least don't lose by over 2 goals. 2-1, 2-0 would have been acceptable. I mean, yes, you'll say they showed character by coming from 3 goals down and ending it on a 3-3 aggregate. Unfortunately, losing on penalties. So in this episode of Oscar Ntsinzi Football, we are looking at the game, some positives and some negatives. Yes, I do go by the name of Oscar Ntsinzi Football, where I engage and discuss on anything to do with football, from Africa to the world and from the world to Africa. Lupopo FC comes to South Africa on a 3-0 lead. What is their strategy? How do they plan, to resist Pirates scoring 3 goals or even more? I believe and I'm convinced that they knew they were not going to match Orlando Pirates in this high altitude of Gauteng, playing on a natural pitch, or the way Orlando Pirates plays. They knew there was no way they were going to match them. So they had to prioritize, frustrating the players, all these dark arts of football, waste time, roll on the floor. We saw this other clown, after that first goal by Orlando Pirates, almost like punching the ball out of the hands of and is it Masindi Nemtajela of Orlando Pirates, and it was Moremi who was aggravated by this. But all of this was in the plans of the team. That the longer Orlando Pirates does not score, they become desperate. It's the more you have to apply all these dark arts of football, and it's definitely going to frustrate the players. And Orlando Pirates, this is where you see the lack of experience. Similarly, how Mbogazi almost cost us that Zimbabwe game by getting that red card in the dying minutes of that CAF World Cup qualifier. Moremi, in such an important do or die game, you get a red card. You get a red card on something that it was within your control. But all of this was a plan. From Lupopo FC. They were going to sit back, hope to play on a counter, and just capitalize on a set piece, a corner. There's a set piece they had, and they didn't kick it direct. Played 1-2 on the corner. The guy went around, took a shot, good save by Chaine. So those were some of the moments they were only going to get a goal. A set piece, a counter attack. Because Orlando Pirates was going to be desperate. They were going to throw everything on them. So some of those are some of the negatives that I pointed out on this game. I think the other one which is key is Orlando Pirates bowing out this early in CAF Champions League is not good for South Africa, not good for Bafana, not good for Coach Hugo Broos. The longer a South African team stays in the premium interclub competition, the better for Bafana, the better for South Africa. Because we want players to play in these, highly competitive games, preparing our players for AFCON, for the World Cup come next year. But now they've bowed out and they are subjected to playing beer competitions and playing FA Cup, whilst they would have just stayed in the competition and play some serious, because African football is getting exposure and is getting this access to places where it never had before, because of what the Club World Cup recently did, especially for Mamelodi Sundowns. So the attention is following South African football. I'm really disappointed that Orlando Pirates have bowed out this early in this competition. They are proud, at MTN 8 merchants. That's what they've invested their energy and resources on, targeting an MTN 8. Now, what are you going to do, Orlando Pirates, since you've bought 612 players? What the hell are you going to do with the number of players? Because the budget was for you guys to stay as long as possible in this competition, at least getting to the knockout stages or the group stages, where at least you are guaranteed you're going to play 8 games is it 8 games or 6 games in the group stages. Now you are out. Really disappointed that Orlando Pirates have bowed out this early. Now, which now brings me to the next point. Orlando Pirates does not have any business or does not have any excuse not to win the Betway Premiership this season. The last time they won the Premier Soccer League was in 2012. Even the Kaizer Chiefs is better than them, because Kaizer Chiefs last won it in 2015. The last time they won CAF Champions League, I think, was in 1995. That is exactly 30 years ago. 30 years ago, Mapagapa. You can't call yourself cup specialist only to be collecting MTN 8. You are bigger than that. You are bigger than that. I don't know how the incentives system works at Orlando Pirates, but I know that Lupopo FC players were promised $100,000 just for the players. I know in CAF Champions League, when you qualify for the knockout stages, you get $700,000, which is around 12 million rands. Another deputy president of Azam, Tanzanian club, they qualified last night to the knockout stages, the group stages of CAF Confederations Cup, and they are to get 400,000, which is a lot of money if you convert it to Tanzanian shillings. So there is a whole lot of financial implications for Orlando Pirates not getting to the next stage. It's a smile to the bank for these DRC Lubumbashi security guards. They are happy. I mean, the chaos, I don't want to even imagine it, the dancing, the atmosphere that is happening at that hotel that is hosting them in Sentin. Some positives: Orlando Pirates have got a solid coach, an excellent tactician in Coach Wadu. I mean, the players believe in this coach. The coach has shown belief in some of these youngsters, although obviously I've pointed out the factor of inexperience in some of them. Ozwena Polis is a star. Ozwena Polis is a baller. What a player. What a football brain. He's got a pass. He's got an assist. He's got a goal in him. What an attacking forward. They must just book a hotel and a ticket for him already to go to the USA, Canada, and Mexico. Mbutuma, mfana wami, big up. Scored a goal, missed the penalty. You are paying your school fees, and it's hard one to take, but this is how you grow as a footballer. Hard luck, you are doing well, you will grow from this. Really, some characters built today. Orlando Pirates need the Siamas, the Tabiso Sesane to come back. They need the Nigerian defender to come back. I mean, these are the type of games where they needed experience. Absolutely needed experience. But you can't not say they did not try. They tried their level best. They threw everything in that game. The kitchen sink, the boots, everything. Everything. Tough luck, mapagapaga. And you have to wait for the next campaign. Only next year, 2026, for you to smell CAF Champions League. Wonder what's going to happen tomorrow if Kaizer Chiefs wins their game and qualifies to get into the group stages of CAF Confederations Cup, I mean the banter, the frying, it will not stop. It will not stop. You won 3-0, yet you are still knocked out of the competition. Heartbreaker. A heartbreaker. Football is not honest. Football is cruel. I'm pretty sure that supporters, they are mentally tormented by this. The footballers, I don't want to even imagine in which space they are in. If you're seeing this space and this content for the very first time, do comment in the section below as to where Orlando Pirates got it wrong. Was it the coach? Was it the players? Was it the first leg? Are you for extra time in these prelim games? Are you for VAR? There was shouts of VAR. This game had a lot of, even the first leg, a lot of calls for red cards, yellow cards, goals, offside, goal line technology, a whole lot of things. Do comment in the section below. I'm not the final authority. I'm not saying my opinions are right, but football is a game of opinion. Let's just engage on the comments below. Thank you so much for staying this long. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share with your family and friends and people who like similar content. Now, let me end it there by declaring, may my God bless you all.